Coming up on The Potter's Touch.
I got to get out. I got to get my credit straight. I got to get my life straight. I got to get my mind straight. I got to figure out what is this husband stuff and how do you be a mama and how I got to get out of this because I got to evolve. I got to go to the next level and I'm running out of time. I'm running out of time. I can't keep lying to myself and making excuses as if I'm supposed to stay here. I'm not supposed to stay here. I was supposed to start here.
This is the Potter's Touch.
Listen, I am excited about sharing this message with you today. The message is called Don't Die in the Nest. Your friends, parents, community, gender, and environment all affect the way that you think, your decisions, and the ability to operate. We're going to look at the eagle as a way of really discovering what God wants you to understand through this unique bird about flying above storms and being who God created you to be. Don't die in the nest. Take a look at Deuteronomy 32:10-12 and follow me as we go to the Word of God. The eagle, when she makes the nest, takes all of the sticks and lays them in such a way, it's almost scientifically, it's brilliant to lay the nest in such a way that when she gets ready to hatch, none of the sticks are protruding in the nest. The protrusions are outside. No protrusions on the inside, so that the eggs can be hatched in a comfortable place. And when the time is right and all the branches are in place, then the eagle comes and she lays her eggs in the nest. Nice, cushy, comfortable nest. After he's laid the eggs and hatched the eggs, the eaglets are born in a high place, in a comfortable place, in a protected place, and its whole world is its nest. This is the world, the combination of the stuff my parents, my friends, my community, my associations brought into it. And everything else, I see it, my vision of the world outside, I see it through the lens of the nest I came from. My perceptions of right and wrong and good and evil and up and down and all of it is affected because I see it all through the nest I was hatched in. We can see the same world but have a different view because we came from a different nest. Are you hearing what I'm saying? The eaglet hatches its eggs in the nest, and then the mother flies, and she goes and she brings food into the nest. So we eat in the nest. We sleep in the nest. We feed in the nest. We manifest all of our early development in the nest. And the nest that initially is a blessing becomes a curse if you stay in it too long. I see people who venture out from the nest, maybe from 9 to 5, but then they go back to the nest. The reason we have difficulty reducing the rate of recidivism in the country is when the inmate allows the prison to become the nest, then freedom doesn't feel free anymore, and they will purposefully get in trouble so that they can go back to the nest, because the nest is familiar. People can have a good marriage, but if they're not used to a good marriage, they will sabotage it and start a fight, because a fight is familiar, because they were spawned in a nest where people fight and peace is boring. God said, I will lead you as the eagle stirs her nest. The stirring of the nest is different from the building of the nest. The building of the nest is a protection to the egg. But when the eagle stirs her nest, it only happens when the eaglets have grown too big to live in something so small. Are you too big to live in something so small? Is it tight in here? It's uncomfortable in here. But I stay in here because it's familiar. It's so comfortable. I don't have to try to be better. I don't have to evolve. They bring the food to me. I'm okay. I'm okay. I got it. I got a system that fits the environment I'm in, even if the environment I'm in is too small for who I am. I'm comfortable here, and the same mother who made it cushy and comfortable and nice and relaxing comes along with the same beak and starts stirring up the nest so that the protrusions that were on the outside now start pointing on the inside to make it uncomfortable for me to stay in my nest. I want to talk to somebody this morning about when the eagle stirs the nest. Have you ever gone through a stirring in your life until what used to be nice and cushy and normal and it was okay and it didn't bother you, but now the eagle has stirred the nest. And when the eagle stirs the nest, all of a sudden the protrusions that kept away the wolf are now pushing the eaglet, so that the eaglet, when it tries to sit where it used to sit, it can't sit there anymore because the eagle has stirred the nest. The Lord started speaking to me about your culture, your perspective, what fed you, what nourished you at one stage in your life is too small for what he wants to do in your life. And oh God, there comes a time in your life that the same God that built the nest that hatched you stirs the nest. Now, the eaglet is facing eviction. Eviction. When the eagle stirs her nest, the eaglets face eviction from the comfortable excuses you used to make for not doing anymore, or being anymore, or growing anymore, or becoming anymore. The eagle now has stirred the nest, and the eaglet has to move. God says that if we would judge ourselves, we would have no need to be judged. If the eaglet on its own would fly out of the nest, then the eagle would not have to stir the nest. But there are some eaglets who are stubborn, and they won't change, and they won't grow, and they won't explore, and they won't think, and they won't become, because they have developed a system of survival that is built around the nest. And for those eaglets, I come to preach this morning. The eaglets who handle money the way mama handled money. The eaglets who are angry with women because daddy was angry with women. The eaglets who respond to conflict the way mama did have developed a system of survival that says, I don't have to do anything more than what I'm doing because I'm being fed in my nest. Job said, I thought I would die in my nest. He said it was so cushy and comfortable. I had my wife, I had my kids, I had my property, I had my job, I had a good name, I had it going on. I thought I would die in my nest. Have you ever been in a situation that you thought wouldn't change? And then all of a sudden God comes along and stirs. Oh my God, somebody already understands what I'm talking about. Touch your neighbor and tell them I'm all stirred up. Everything that used to be okay isn't okay anymore. My perceptions are not the same anymore. My ideas are not the same anymore. I was satisfied just to do what I do and act like the world I came from, but now all of a sudden everything has gotten stirred up. I don't know who to trust. I don't know who to talk to. I don't know where to go. I'm not satisfied to live like mama and them live. I want something else. I want to do something. I want to be something. I want to become something. I want to reach something. I don't know what it is. I don't know what's happening in my life. Somebody been praying, God, what is going on in my life? And the Lord told me to tell you, I'm stirring up your nest.
Still to come on The Potter's Touch.
Look at all that sky out there. And here I sit, laying in my excuses. Missing the greater world that God came to give me. He said, I come that you might have life and have it more abundantly. And here I sit, letting life pass me by. And I wonder why I'm having so much trouble.
MegaFest 2015 is more than a festival. It's an experience.
This is MegaFest.
From August 19th to the 23rd, MegaFest is taking over Dallas, an extravaganza for the whole family.
And 100% pure fun.
There is something for everyone. Visit mega-fest.com to find event updates and to make reservations. This experience is one you don't want to miss.
Following God means you can't rest in your nest anymore. touch 7 people, say, you got to do something, you got to do something, you got to do something. You can't hear this word and not do something. You can't get this teaching and not be something. You can't get this word and not evolve into something. You can't follow this word. You can't walk with this God. You can't serve this Jesus and stay where you started. You cannot stay where you started. The eagle has. Yeah. Slap your neighbor and tell them I'm all stirred up. I can't run with people that's not stirred up. I can't work with people that's not stirred up. I can't attach to people that's not stirred up. I can't attach to people who are comfortable with less than what they were created to be. Hello? Is there anybody else in here that's whole? There's something calling me, there's something wooing me, there's something drawing me, there's something disturbing me. And every time I try to sit down with less than what I was created to be, something sticks me and I gotta get up and try again and try again and try again. Because I'm starting to believe that there's more to me than what you see. And if I stay in this nest, I will never be what I was created to be. I must get out of this nest. So this is a season of discomfort. It is a season where limitations are challenged. It is a season that says, I never realized how small this is. How limited this is. See, now, if you don't want disruption, don't get good teaching. Because really good teaching will disrupt your environment. It will pull you out of your comfort zone. It will demand more of you. And you can't just hang out with people who look like you and think like you and vote like you and work with you. It's too small. It's too small. It's too small. Our country is in trouble because we have divided into tribes. If you think a certain way, watch Fox. And if you think the other way, watch MSNBC. And if you think another way, watch CNN. And all of them are geared toward building a nest for people who are comfortable to think a certain way. And then the eagle stirs the nest and everything starts shaking because you find out that there are other people outside of your little nest who have valid ideas and concepts. And the question is, do you have enough wing to fly outside of your nest? I don't know who I'm preaching to today. But the Lord said, enlarge your cords and strengthen your stakes and move something out of the way. I tell your neighbor, I got to get out of here. I got to figure it out. I got to get out. I got to get out. I got to get my credit straight. I got to get my life straight. I got to get my mind straight. I got to figure out what is this husband stuff and how do you be a mama and how I got to get out of this because I got to evolve. I got to go to the next level and I'm running out of time. I'm running out of time. I can't keep lying to myself and making excuses as if I'm supposed to stay here. I'm not supposed to stay here. I was supposed to start here. And my God, When they were singing a while ago about no weapon, and I was talking about the warfare, I want to explain why you're in a war right now. It's not the devil. It's not a witch. It's not a hex. It's not a curse. It's not a spell. The eagle has stirred your nest so that you are challenged not to die in your nest. Your physicalities, your potentials are too big to be housed in something so small. It was a blessing when you were small. But now, your wings is hanging all out, side of your nest. And suddenly you realize the world out there is bigger than the world in here. What started out as a protection has become a prison. Your apathetical, indifferent, lazy, lackadaisical attitude is how you adjust to living in something that God never intended for you to stay in. So, my brothers and sisters, the first thing that goes new is not a new house, it's not a new environment, it's a new mind. It's a new mind. You know what? This is ugly. I never noticed that this was ugly before. Look at all that sky out there. And here I sit, laying in my excuses. Missing the greater world that God came to give me. He said, I come that you might have life and have it more abundantly. And here I sit, letting life pass me by. And I wonder why I'm having so much trouble. This is too small. And now I can't rest in it. It ain't comfortable no more. I'm not satisfied with this anymore. What used to please me doesn't please me anymore. I gotta get, excuse me, I gotta try to get, I gotta get somebody right now. You're climbing out of something that you've been locked down. You ain't all the way out, but you've already started trying to get out. I got to get out. I gotta get out. Touch me, people say, I'm trying to get out of my nest. I'm trying to change the way I talk to people. I'm trying to change the way I think about things. I'm trying to change my weaknesses, my habits, my insecurities, my infidelities. I'm trying to get, excuse me, I'm trying to get out. That's why I came to church this morning, because I'm trying to, I ain't there yet. I count not myself to have apprehended. But this one thing I do, I'm forgetting those things which are behind me and reaching to those things which are before me. I press. I'm halfway there. I got 1 foot in and 1 foot out, but I'm crossing over. Slap somebody and tell them I'm coming out. I may get cut, I may get bruised, I may be laughed at, I may be lied on, gotta get out. I gotta get out. I gotta get out. I gotta get out. I may have to break up some stuff, but I gotta get out. I gotta get out. Who am I preaching to this morning? What? Y'all want me to come back? You say I forgot where I came from? I'm trying to. I'm trying to. I'm trying all I know how to. I'm trying all I know how to be transformed into God's purpose for my life. Somebody help me praise him. I'm out of time. I've got to stop there. It's been a real joy to share the word of the Lord with you. I pray that you receive something that stirs you like the baby eagles, that you can get out of the nest and into the air and follow God's purpose for your life. Don't stay in the nest and play it safe. You were created to be in the air. It's time. Fly. Take care.
John Maxwell, Samuel Rodriguez, Stephen Furtick, and more are coming together with Bishop T.D. Jakes to teach you leadership, and more leadership. Come and learn how at the International Pastors and Leadership Conference 2015. Register today at pastorsandleadership.org or call 1-800-BISHOP-2. Build locally. Think globally.
You don't have to wish for it or sit around hoping for it. The all-encompassing freedom of Christ is yours today when you have the will to recover.
I may have done what they say I did, but I am not what they say I am. Have you ever done something that didn't reflect who you are?
For your gift of any size, you will receive the encouraging message From Guilt to Gratitude on CD from the Will to Recover series. Bishop Jakes will teach you how to find victory in unexpected places, how to overcome your past so that you can go to the next level, how to eliminate excuses so you can get your power back, and much more.
You cannot heal it if you won't own it.
And when your gift is $75 or more, you will receive the inspirational series, The Will to Recover, on DVD. However, for your gift of $160 or more, you will receive the Will to Recover series on DVD, a brand new King James Version Bible, and Great is Thy Faith wall art. Victory can be found in unexpected places when you have the Will to Recover.
You were created to be in a large place. You were born in a tight place, hatched with narrow perspectives and ideas that are beneath your potential. This is a wing-spreading season.
This is the potter's touch.